children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So we are continuing the multiple choice questions from the chapter mensuration. Coming to the first question for today, question number 28. Find the area of the shaded part. See, this is the area of the shaded part. Now how to find out the area of the shaded part is, this is our entire rectangle. Yes or no? So from this entire rectangle, except for this square and this triangle, except for this square y and the triangle x, we have to find out the area of the remaining figure. So what can we do, children? First we need to find out the area of the entire figure, then subtract the area of square y and triangle x. Understood? We want the area of the figure without x and y. Without x and y. So first, what will be the area of the figure? We have to find out the length and breadth. Breadth is 2 plus 2, 4. So here also 3 plus 1, 4. And what is the length? 4 plus 5, 9. And even here the length is 6 plus 3, 9. So the length and breadth are 9 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So what will be the area of this rectangle, children? Area will be equal to length into breadth, that is equal to 9 into 4, that is equal to 36 centimeters square. This is the area of our entire figure, but we want the area of only the shaded part. So first let us find out the area of our triangle x. If you remember, I gave you a formula for area of triangle. It is half into b into h. B is base and h is height. This triangle, yes, I am drawing the same triangle here. Is this the same? Yes, the triangle I have just shifted the position. Now what is the length here? It is 2 centimeters. And what is the length for this? It is 4 centimeters. Yes. Now this is called as the base, children. The bottom part here, this on which the triangle is standing, is called as our base. So 2 will be B, and this the height. This is called as the height. 4 is the height of the triangle. So we have the base and the height of the triangle. Now what will be the area of triangle? 1 by 2 into base is 2, height is 4. So 1 into 2, 2, 2 fours are 8, 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4 centimeters. Area of triangle is 4 centimeters square and area of the entire figure was 36. This is 4. Area of the triangle is 4 and area of the rectangle is 36. Now what is the area of the square here? For the square, the length of one side is 3 centimeters. Yes or no? See, the length of the side is 3 centimeters. So what is the area of the square? The formula is side into side, that is equal to, side is 3. So 3 into 3, that is equal to 9 centimeter square is the area. 9 centimeter square is the area for our square. So what should we do, children? The area of rectangle minus of area of triangle plus area of square. From the rectangle we have to subtract both the areas of triangle and square. The area of rectangle was 36 minus the area of triangle was how much? 4, and the area of square was 9. So 36 minus 4 plus 9, 13, that is equal to 36 minus 13, that is nothing but 13 centimeters square. Is it 13? No, 36 minus 13, 3 to 23 centimeters square. Now what is this 23 centimeters square? This is the area of the shaded figure. Understood? 23 centimeter square is the area of our shaded figure. That is option C. To find out the area of the shaded figure, we found out the area of the total rectangle. And from that, what did we subtract? We subtracted the area of triangle and the area of the square. Our answer is option C, 23 centimeter square. Next question, which of the following statements are true or false? Now here we are having statement 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have to state which is true and which is false. Coming to statement A, the measure of the amount of surface enclosed by a closed bounded figure is called as area. Closed bounded figure like this. A square is closed. Yes, if I keep it like this, here it is open. The shape is or the figure is open. But when we are talking about any square, rectangle, triangle, yes children, so it is a closed bounded figure, and the amount of surface, this will be the amount of surface. Now this is called as area. They are saying that this amount of surface is called as area. Is this true? Yes, it is called as area. We use the formula for area to calculate the amount of surface. So statement A is true. Coming to statement B, the area of a square with each side measuring 1 meter is 1 square meter, written as 1 SQM or 1 meter square. The side, what is the side of the square? The side of the square is 1 meter. S is equal to 1 meter. Then what will be the area of the square? S into S, that is equal to 1 into 1. 1 ones are 1. And what will be the unit of measurement? 1 meter square or 1 square meter. Isn't this correct? Yes, this is how we find out the area, and even in the statement the same numbers are given. So statement 2 is also true. Now coming to statement C, a rectangle can always be divided into a number of squares, each having a unit of area. They are saying when we have a rectangle, it can always be divided into number of squares. Let us see if we can divide or not. Yes, see now each block is now a square, and if you remember children, in the starting classes we have found out the area of a rectangle like this by counting the number of squares in the rectangle, and each square represented 1 unit. Yes or no? Yes. So again statement C is also true. Now coming to statement D, while finding the area of a rectangle, its length and breadth should be taken in the same units of length. Is this correct? Yes, again when we are finding out the area of a rectangle, the length and breadth should be taken in the same units. Yes, suppose the length is given as 600 meters, 6000 meters, and the breadth is given as 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. So what will we do? This is in meters and the breadth is in kilometers. So we'll convert even the breadth also into meters, or we'll convert the length also into kilometers. So when we are having different units of measurement for length and breadth, what will we do children? We'll convert them into the same measurements. We'll convert them into the same units of length. So that is why statement D is also true. Now what is the conclusion here? All 4 statements are true. So that is option C. True, 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 true becomes our correct answer. Question 31. Statement 1. Again we have to consider these 2 statements. Perimeter is defined as the length of the boundary line of a closed geometrical figure. Yes, if we take square, what is the perimeter? It is the length of the boundary line. So statement A is true. Perimeter is nothing but the length of boundary line. And coming to statement B, holding capacity of a container is called volume. Is this correct children? Yes, even statement B is true. Capacity is nothing but measured in the capacity of containers is measured in terms of volume. So what can we say about these 2 statements? Both the statement A and the statement B are correct. That is Option C. Question 32. Consider the following statements. If edge of a cube, again this is a question relating to cube and cuboid, children. Again, as we have not covered the cube and cuboid, we will skip this for now. Coming to question 33. On the basis of the following features, identify the correct shape. Its length and breadth are equal. Its area is side into side. Perimeter is 4 times its side. It is a four-sided polygon. Polygon means a figure which is having more than two sides. Understood? A figure which is having more than two sides. Now what are they saying? Our figure has its area is side into side. Now tell me, children, whose area is measured by the formula side into side? Yes, it is our square. Option C, it becomes square. Again, for square, the length and breadth all are equal. All the four sides are equal, and again the perimeter is 4 times its side. Perimeter is 4 into S. So all these features are matching which one? Option C, square. So square is our required answer here. Question 34. Again, on the basis of the following features, identify the correct shape. It is again a four-sided polygon in which opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. And again, what is the perimeter? Perimeter is twice the sum of its length and breadth, and area is calculated by multiplying its length and breadth. What are they saying? Area is calculated by multiplying length and breadth. Area is equal to length into breadth. Now tell me which figure has this formula? We use this formula to calculate the area of rectangle. Yes, so the required shape here is our rectangle. Again, in rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Yes or no? These two are length. These two will be equal, and these are our breadth. These two will be equal. Opposite sides are equal in a rectangle. So here option A, rectangle, becomes our correct answer. Next question 35. The perimeter of an equilateral triangle and of a square measures the same. Now which of the following measures of the side of the equilateral triangle can be the measures of the side of the equilateral triangle and of the square? What are they saying? Equilateral triangle. We already know what is a triangle. Now what is this equilateral triangle? Equal. Can you see the word equal here? Yes. So equilateral triangle is a triangle whose three sides are equal. In a square, we have all the four sides equal. Yes or no? So in the same way, in a triangle, when all the length of all the three sides is equal, suppose this is 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters. So whenever we have such a triangle, it is called as a equilateral triangle. Understood? Equal. When all the three sides are equal, it is called as an equilateral triangle. And what are they saying here? The perimeter of both the equilateral triangle and the square are the same. Perimeter. How do we calculate the perimeter? The length, sum of the lengths of all sides. Yes, sum of the lengths of all sides. Now from the given four options, if we take option A, equilateral triangle 9 and square is 12. The length of the side of a triangle is 9 here, and the length of the side of the square is 12. The length of the side of the square is 12. So for the triangle, equilateral triangle means the length of three sides are 9, 9 and 9. And for square, what are the length of the sides? 12, 12, 12 and 12. Yes or no? The length of four sides. Now what will be the perimeter? It will be the sum of all sides. So 9 plus 9 plus 9 is equal to 27. And for the square, it will be 4 into S. Yes or no? So 4 into 12 is equal to 48. Are these two perimeters equal? No. So these are not the measurements. Option A is wrong. Coming to option B, triangle is 12 and the length of the square side of the square is 9. So perimeter becomes 12 plus 12 plus 12, that is equal to 36, and for the square perimeter becomes 4 into s, that is 4 into 9, 36. Yes, here the perimeter of both equilateral triangle and the square are equal. That means these two are the measures of our triangle and square. Understood, children? For perimeter of triangle, why did we add 12 three times? Here our triangle is the equilateral triangle. That means length of all sides are equal. The length of each side is 12 centimeters. So to find out the perimeter of the triangle, we have to find out the sum of all sides. So 12 plus 12 plus 12 give us 36. I hope this is clear. Both the perimeters are equal, so option B is our required answer. The length of the equilateral triangle is 12 centimeters and the length of the side of a square is 9 centimeter. Coming to question 36. Find the area and perimeter of the given shape. We have already discussed this type of question in the previous class, right? So what should we do? We should divide it into 2. We should divide it into 2 parts. Yes or no? Yes. So here what will we do? Here we will divide it into 2 parts. So what is the length of this side, children? It would be 2 centimeters. See, opposite side 2. Now coming to this. Now coming to this sides, what is the length of this side? If you observe, till here the length is 5. Till here the length is 5. But the total length is given as 8. So how much will the above part be equal to? See, the below part is 5 and the total part is 8. So the above part will be equal to 8 minus 5, that is equal to 3 centimeters. Yes or no? 5, if now upper part is 3. So 5 plus 3 will be again equal to our 8. So what did we find out now? Here the length of this side is 2 and here the length of this side is 3. This is 5. Till here the length of rectangle below is 5 and again the length here is 3. Now coming to this total length again, what will it be equal to? It will be equal to 6. Now to find out the area and perimeter, let us find out the areas first. Area of this triangle. For this area of this rectangle, the length is 6 and the breadth is 5. So the area becomes L into B, that is equal to 6 into 5, that is equal to 30. So we have got the area of the lower rectangle, that is 30. Now coming to the area of the upper rectangle. Here the length is 3 and the breadth is 2. So area becomes length into breadth, that is equal to 3 into 2, that is equal to 6. Yes or no, children? 6. So the area of the upper rectangle is 6. The area of the lower rectangle is 30. So what is the total area of the shape, children? 30 plus 6, that is equal to 36. The total area of the given figure becomes 36. If you look at the options, in option B we are having area as 36. So option B becomes our correct answer. Even without calculating perimeter, we can say that the B is the correct answer. But I'll show how to calculate the perimeter as well. Now again, how to calculate the perimeter? We'll add all the length of the sides that are on the boundary only. We will not consider these two, children. Why? Is this the boundary line of the given shape? No, it is inside the shape. So we will not consider 2. We will consider only those lines, those sides that are on the boundary. Now the length of this side is missing. Yes, the length of this side is missing. Again, the length of this total side is equal to how much? 6. Now from 6 till here we know that it is already 2. From this 6 till here it is already 2. Now how much is remaining? 4. So 4 becomes the length of this side. Understood, children? The length of this entire line is 6. Here we have already having 4. So from till here to here it becomes 6 minus 2, 4. Now we've got the length of all sides that are on the boundary. So let us find out the perimeter. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5. See children, you have to take 3 and 5 separately, or you can take 8 directly. Don't take 3 plus 5 plus 8. Understood? Don't take 3 plus 5 plus 8. It is either 3 plus 5 or 8. Don't take double. And lastly 6. Now when we add all these, 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 12, 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 3 17, 17 plus 5 22, 22 plus 6 28. Again see, we've got the perimeter as 28. So option B becomes our correct answer. Area is 36, perimeter is 28. Coming to question 37. Again find the area and perimeter of the given shape. What should we do again, children? Divide it into 2. Here the length of this much side becomes how much? It becomes 1, and the length of this side becomes also 1. Let us find out the area of the given figures first. Again children, here the length of entire side is 4. The length of entire side is 4. Now we are cutting the figure in the middle. We are cutting the length in the middle. So here we have got 1. We have got 1. It was 4 before, but here we have already given away 1 to the below figure. So how much is remaining above? We have only 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So here we have 3. Understood? We have already given away 1 below. So the length of this remaining part is only 3. So for the above rectangle, the length is 6, breadth is 3. Area becomes length into breadth, 6 into 3, 18. Area becomes 18. Now coming to the below figure, length is 1 and breadth is also 1. That means it is a square. So area becomes side into side, 1 into 1, that is 1. So the area of the above figure is 18 and the area of the below figure is 1. Now what is the area of the total given shape? When we add these two together, 18 plus 1, this is 18, this is 1. So 18 plus 1 is equal to 19. Now 19 becomes the total area of the given shape. So area is done. Area is equal to 19. Now coming to the perimeter again. How do we calculate perimeter, children? The border lines. Add whatever sides are there on the border. See, the length of this side is 4. The length of this side is 6. This is 1. This is 1. Now what about these two? Now for this, just now we have seen that the length is 3. Yes or no? Here this length was 3. So again the opposite side becomes equal. This is 1. Now for this opposite side, is this equal to 6, children? No. See here, if it was like this, then this entire length will become 6. But here, this is missing. What is missing here? This part is missing. How much is the length of that part? If you look at the opposite side, it is 1. So 1 is missing from the entire length. So 6 minus 1 becomes 5. 5 becomes the length of this side. You just have to subtract the side that is not there. So 6 minus 1, 5. This is 3. Now the perimeter is easy to solve. We just need to add 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 3. 6 plus 4, 10, 11, 12, 17 and 20. 20 is the perimeter of the given figure. And what is the area? How much did we get? We got 19 as the area of the entire figure. So option A becomes our correct answer. Area is 19, perimeter is 20. Coming to level 2 questions. Now children, you might be finding these questions to be little difficult, but this is the level of difficulty at which it will be asked in the exam. So please practice as many questions as you can and try to understand. Coming to question 38. Mahesh is making a paper mobile. He draws and cuts out a square with side 4.5 centimeter long. Next he draws a regular hexagon with the same perimeter as the square. How long is each side of the regular hexagon? Now we are having the square with sides 4.5 centimeters. And we have a hexagon. Hexagon means a shape which is having 6 sides. A shape which is having 6 sides. Understood? And what is the feature of this hexagon given? All the sides are equal. Just like in square all the sides are equal, here for this hexagon also all the sides are equal. The hexagon that we have taken, all the sides are equal. Now they are saying that the perimeter of both the figures is equal. The perimeter of both the figures is equal. So first let us find out the perimeter of a square. What is the perimeter of the square? 4 into s, that is equal to 4.5 into 4. Yes or no? 4.5 is the side into 4. How do we multiply decimal number by a whole number? First we multiply the number as it is. 4 5s are 20, 2 carried, 4 4s are 16 plus 2, 18, 180. Now if we look at the decimal point, it is after one number from the right. So even in the product we'll place our decimal point after one digit from the right. So 18 here is the perimeter of our given square. 18 here is the perimeter of the given square. So again the 18 becomes the perimeter of our hexagon as well. Hexagon is having 6 equal sides. Sum of its 6 equal sides is equal to 18. So one side will be equal to how much? Are you understanding the question? Our hexagon is having 6 equal sides and the sum of the length of 6 equal sides is nothing but perimeter. And how much is the perimeter? It is 18. Now from this information we have to find out the length of one side. If I say the cost of 6 apples is 18, then the cost of one apple becomes how much? 18 divided by 6. Yes or no? So in the same way, even here the length of one side equals to how much, children? 18 divided by 6. Understood? 18 divided by 6, that is equal to 3. Now this 3 is the length of the given sides. Length of each side of the given hexagon. What is it? 3. Option A, 3. See, perimeter is nothing but distance around a figure. So using the perimeter formula, we have found out the length of each side of the hexagon. I hope this is clear, children. We'll stop our today's class here and we'll continue with few more multiple choice questions in the